Welcome to Lesson 5. In this lesson we're going to learn our fifth and final stroke style called the tap stroke. We're going to learn to count eighth rest in quarter time. We'll apply the tap to the single paradiddle to finish that rudiment and learn a new rudiment called the 9-stroke roll. Before we get into all that, let me go through what you should be working on as part of your daily practice session. I like to start off every single day by stretching the muscles out and getting the 8 on a hand exercise going, but at 120 beats per minute, which tempo we're working on this lesson, it's a little bit fast to jump into. So what I like to have my students do with the percussion class is to start off at 90 beats per minute and to play the 8 on the hand exercise for about 30 seconds there. You notice that I'm using really full strokes, okay? Bending those wrists all the way back and using a lot of velocity, or really throwing the stick into the head every single stroke. That way I can get my blood flowing and I can work on those really big sounding rebound strokes. After about 30 seconds and I'm fairly warmed up, I can get the metronome at 120 beats per minute and work on the same exercise. Still using really full strokes, it's just that I'm not coming all the way back here. There's no way that you can get that full a stroke at 120 beats a minute. As we work through the book, we're going to work on smaller and smaller muscle groups to get faster and faster, so you're going to notice the height of the stick coming down. At that tempo, when I'm using small wrist and finger motion, there's no way that I could get all the way back to there. So apply that to your 8 on a hand exercise. Next, move the metronome up to 160 beats per minute and practice your single and double stroke rudiments. First, the single stroke roll. At that same tempo, you can practice your single 4. Tick-a-da-da, 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 tick-a-da-da. Start that on the left hand as well. Next, we can work on our double stroke rudiments, the double stroke roll. You might want to practice starting that on the left hand as well. Next, the 5-stroke roll. Remember, 2 heights, mid-height or 6 inches for the doubles and a full stroke for the accents. At that same tempo, we can work on our isolated double stroke exercise. Pull all the way back, full volume on each stroke. Okay, really getting a big sound out of every single stroke. Then I move my metronome up to 180 beats per minute and practice my multiple bounce rudiments. The multiple bounce roll. And the 5-stroke buzz. And don't forget the other 2 exercises that you need to work on. The first 2 strokes of the single paradiddle, down, up, rest, rest, down, up, rest, rest, down, up, rest, 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 rest. Getting perfect strokes on each one of those. And finally, your friend, the double stroke using just your hands on your leg. Got to keep working to strengthen those double strokes, because that's very, very important. So there you have it, your technique workout every single day. Make sure that you're spending at least 10 minutes on every single practice session or in your class to work out your technique, because technique is way more important than just getting all the way through the book. In the next video lesson, we're going to learn our fifth and final stroke style, the tap stroke.